What is good, YouTube? Quinn Way coming to you with a basketball analysis, breakdown, and tribute to the legend and late great Jerry West. He was one of the best finishers at the guard position in the 1960s and 1970s. Very smart, very crafty, very fast, and he played well off other players to be able to make this happen. And when you have some of the greatest screen setters and passers on your roster, it makes things very easy. You just have to finish the play, and that's what he did. Either he was cutting off the ball to get to the basket to make the layups, or he was just using his size to be able to go right up and make the easy basket without doing too much or thinking too much. He just made the simple basketball play, and that's what you got to give him credit for. In transition, is the same: run the floor, survey the defense, and just make the right, easy decision and lay it up inside the basket. And he was 6'4", so he was tall. He was a little lanky, and he was very, very smart. And he went straight for the bucket when it was there, and didn't really over exaggerate or try to do too much outside of scoring a basket. And when you look at a jump shot, it was very, very patented. You can see why he was dominant. He would confuse you. He would trick you. He'd make you overthink. He'd make you feel like you did everything that you could as a defender, and he'd find a way to get open or clear some space or create some separation to be able to get a quality look, even if he got a screen or not. He was just that good, and he was just that aggressive, and you have to give him his credit for that, because that's something that he was able to do himself, and he did it very well. And you look at the fact that he had good footwork. He know how to put himself in his hot spots. He know how to put himself where he needed to be. This is a guy that was one of the first range scorers in the NBA. Nobody really cared about shooting jump shots that far or shooting them by the 3-point line, but Jerry West was able to get it done and help people think about it a little differently. And he was very unselfish in transition too, being the first ones to be out, to be able to hold the ball or to be able to make the play to help lead to the score. Jerry West was always in that area, to get that play started. And he also was one of the very first underrated defenders at one point. Then he started getting his credit later in his career when he started getting the steals and the blocks. He jumped a lot at it to let you know he was coming at you. By the time you figured that out, he was already taking the ball from you or already blocking you, and he'll hit you where you wasn't paying attention. You'll be too busy trying to score, and he'll come out of nowhere and deflect it or block it from you without even touching you and grabbing all ball. But I did feel like that showed you how great of a defender it was, of Jerry West, by not allowing you to know it was coming, by allowing you not to be prepared and just hitting you in the blind spot and being able to secure the ball to be able to turn it into an offensive bucket. But when you look at Jerry West's career, he has had one of the greatest, and he is a one of one, because we haven't really seen a guy so patient, a guy so smart, a guy so witty to use all these things to his advantage. And especially when he got older, he was still able to dominate, as he was a 14-time NBA All-Star. He was a Finals MVP, even though he was on the losing team, but he ended up being on the winning team in 1972, where he won his first NBA championship. And he's the only Finals MVP to be on a losing team, to show you how dominant and how great he really was, that they had to even honor him in that NBA Finals and honor him as the logo, because he was clutch. He would take over games, he would defend, he would score, he would play make, and he would dominate the game on so many levels. He was one of the first 10-time All NBA first team players in the 1960s to the 1970s, and he was an All-Star MVP. He also was All NBA second team, so he was dominant for 14 straight years. He was also All NBA first team defender too, 4 times. He was also second team once. He also was a scoring champion in 1970, one of the smaller guards to ever win the scoring champion. He was one of the first, and he was able to be an assist leader, um, because of transition and because of knowing how to use his body to see over the top of defenders and making the right play, whether it was a dump off, whether it was transition, or whether it was just finding them cut into the basket or cutting to the mid range, or to cut to give space and just making the right pass and finding shooters. He was able to do it because of Gail Goodrich being his partner, and Elgin Baylor being a good cutter, or Will Chamberlain being a good finisher. It always made sense why he made those decisions, and it's fun to be able to score and lead the NBA in scoring and lead the NBA in assists while still being a great defender and showing you that he was one of the first triple threat players in NBA history in making that style popular. He was a 35th and the 50th and the 75th anniversary team player, and his number is retired by the Lakers. And he had a great college career, and he had a great high school career too. So you knew that he would live up to the hype in the NBA based off what you seen prior to him getting there. And he ended up dominating the NBA longer than those other levels. And it's just a beautiful thing to see mastery of the craft. And that's what Jerry West painted, and that's what he was able to show us, and that's what we was blessed with when we talk about him and how he played and how he impacted the game. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content, and make sure you watch my older videos, because if you like this video, I got so many videos just like this or better. And if you want that type of content, this is the best place for it, because I upload basically every single day, and I got the highest output of anybody on YouTube when it comes to basketball content. So become part of the channel and enjoy the content too. I'm gone.